Welcome back to MBP Fishing. Yes, sirree. Welcome back in. Welcome back into our channel. Yes, sirree. This is our channel. Thought I mentioned that. All right, let's get in some fishing here, folks. Got to get the rods out of here. Got a dozen night crawl, 2 dozen night crawlers, and a can of corn. Let's see if we can catch some fish, folks. As the name of this live feed is, and enjoy the show. Seeing some big ones hitting the surface right to our right over here, so that's a good sign. Not sure if I'm rigged up exactly right for it, but we're going to find out. Like what, I would really like to put worm on this one today. Oh boy, that's a good question. Which do I put, worm on this one or yeah? I want corn on that far rod at least, definitely. But yeah, we got a decent amount of wind today. Temperature's about 85 to 90. Supposed to get about 90, 92, 93 degrees today, so it's supposed to get quite a bit warmer. Partly to mostly sunny. We've got some puffy clouds around. I don't know. I guess with this one on the side here, I should probably fish it with corn and worm on my other two. So that sounds like a plan. Just got to make a decision. And I can always switch it up. You guys know that. It just takes a minute or two. Seen a lot of nice fish hitting the surface over here, folks. If you keep an eye on the right over here, you can see fish coming up pretty consistently over here to the right. We're just getting started, so I'm going to have to put 2 worms on to cover the hook originally. Not, I've got some big ones, but a lot of mediums. It's getting to the end of the season, so I'm kind of grabbing whatever I can right now. All right, that looks okay. That's just like a little 1/8 ounce lug nut or wash or whatever you want to call it, and that's going to be cast out right here in the mid range. We dropped about 2 feet, about 2 feet since our previous trip, so water's going back down. All right, that's one rod out. Sorry about being so slow, folks. I had to think about what I wanted to do. I'm just getting down here, folks. I pretty much just had enough time to figure out the angle in which I wanted to fish and get the camera set up. This is our first cast out here. Shoelaces untied. Dang gummit. I'll get it in a second. By the way, like I said, hope you guys enjoy the show and thank you for tuning in. I'm gonna see if I got that. We might be a little far away. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look at it. Yeah, where I usually set up the camera, it's just a little bit too much of an angle there to get a proper camera set up. We are getting some decent wind, so I hope you guys wore your helmets because you know what happens with me and wind and the tripod. And she try to keep an eye on her so she don't blow in. Or I think that's okay for that one. Now this one's just me casting the side current here. Honestly, this one should probably be cast over here, and that one should be cast over there and that stuff, but I don't know. Probably better off with this one over here and this one over here. Because this one's going to be very, very shallow, so it doesn't really need that much weight. Yeah, that one's just going to be cast out there and drifted down the current. Hopefully something picks that corn up on the way down, which kind of messes me up here because I really need the big stick over here and a little stick over there. And yep, gonna switch her up here, folks. We're figuring it out. Yeah, this stick needs to go over here, and this stick needs to go over here. Yep, I just need a little bit bigger stick to hold this big rod. And this one can go. This one's going to be coming in real shallow. This one's going to have corn on it too, but going to be in here right by the bank fishing for like buffalo that like to come in here and sneak in, try to snag a few kernels of corn that I've thrown in. Maybe big old common carp. Even the grassies will sneak into the shallows in here. Keeping an eye on these rods, folks. You never know when one's going to go down. And like I said, I'm seeing some big ones hitting the surface over here, folks. All right, let's see now. Where do I want to cast her? Like, right? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people fishing this spot recently, folks. They always take a cast and bomb it out there deep. And honestly, majority of your fish are in here shallow. All right, folks, let's get in the chat here. Hope you guys enjoy the show. That's the name of this live feed. Enjoy the show. Wait for her to boot up here. Takes just a minute for her to go through the Metro commercials that pop up. That's the fifth one. That's the sixth one. All right. Seven. I know you don't get paid with me enough. You got to put commercials all over the dang thing left and right. Let's bite on worm. I see him. Oh, man. Popped off on me. Ooh. That was a good fish, though, folks. Dadgummit. Man. I was real lightly pecking on like a common carp. Dadgummit. I just missed that one, folks. Yeah, our nemesis today is going to be the wind, folks, because this is we got about 8 or 10 mile per hour winds, and looks like a bite on corn. I mean, right by the bank. Well, if I hook a real big one on that one, I'm toast. And that was a little further out, not much. Yeah, there we go. Just went it right at that edge of that current, where the current hits the back current here. And our nemesis today is definitely going to be the wind, folks, because we're going to be struggling with this stuff quite a bit. I was just about to get into chat there and had something pop it. Let's see, what have we got here? And here we are. I don't even see. Oh, there we are. Yeah, there we are, folks. 8 people in and 8 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Hope you guys enjoy the show today. Oh, there's a bite on corn, folks. Fish on. Big one. Fish on, folks. Man, that just doubled it. That's on our big rod. Oh, boy, that's running up current. Better loosen my drag a little bit. Didn't take us long, folks. Oh, man, I think that was a... Just actually broke the hook. So the hook didn't break off, the hook broke in 2. Look at that, folks. That looked like a blue cat. Look at that. That hook broke in 2. Man. Nothing. I mean, what the heck? Not rubber hooks, plastic hooks or something. I don't know. Let me see if I can find another hook in here. That gummit, man. That was a big one. That looked like about an 8 or 10 pound blue cat. I'm gonna have to look at that on the feed when I get back home. Sheesh, man. That is just, oh, that's heartbreaking. That was on corn too, folks. Like gummit. Train, folks. I was bite on worm. Let me see if I can find another hook here. I don't know what to do. Those are brand new eagle claws. Crap. I thought that came off weird, folks. Like I had him right up to the bank and I was ready to start fighting him, and that. Ah. All right, this hook looks fine, folks. What do you think? This one just came out of the bag, right? Looks perfect. That's an eagle claw brownie. That's a bait holder. Can't find my my clippers. Probably in my box somewhere. So let me cut this line real quick. Don't drop that, Michael. Make sure you keep it. Now that was just on corn, folks. That was just on corn. Man, can you believe it? Just had that fish right up to the bank and the hook breaks. Didn't look rusted or damaged or anything. I hadn't bent that hook out. I'm pretty sure that was a blue cap because when I got him in here, he started thrashing immediately. I look like about an 18 to 20 pound blue cat. I got one good look at him. I'm pretty sure I could see that when I get home on the feed, but crap. And this one drifted all the way into the bank down here. All the way in. And so is this one. One of those days, folks. Man, I looked over, saw that rod doubling over, and nothing much I could do with that. It just nothing much. Drop it, Michael. Let's get out here, back out fishing, and it might not even have spooked that fish too badly because he got a little piece of metal in his mouth. That's about it. Because the very tip of that hook broke off. The rest of it was still on the thing. Yeah, that was corn. That was definitely corn. I remember I put the corn on that one. So sorry, I'm trying to get into chat here. Man, that was just a. What are you gonna do? I mean, not much you can do, but get back out. Had the drag reset and everything, and got her right into the shoreline, and that hook snapped. I mean, the line didn't snap, the hook broke in two. And that wasn't too far out. That was drifting still. Yeah, that was way further out cast than that because this first cast it was perfect. Don't make me handline you out all day. I will. And it's gonna make me do it too. That's about as far as I want her out, but we're gonna. Ah. It's another one for the bloopers reel. Ah. I see Chris is first in. How you doing, Chris? Chris says, "Good luck, Mike." And Wild says, "Let's go." How you doing today, Wild? Chris says, "Wild." And Dan says, "Here we go. Hello, sir." Wild says, "Chris." Chris says, "Dan." And let's see. Thank you for those WWs, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, Cynthia, all awesome, my friend. And Lisa, how you doing today, Lisa? Lisa says, "Hey, you. How you doing, Lisa?" Man, that was heartbreaking, folks. But hopefully, we're gonna get another one on here. We're gonna see. Let's see. Dan says, "Hello, all." That's the end. Bonnie, how you doing today, Bonnie? Bonnie says, "Hello, Mike. Woo! Time to have some fun." Yep, I just got to get by the heartbreak of that fish, but yeah, that was probably about an 18, 20 pound blue cat. I just got her right to the shoreline, and she snapped. That hook just broke in two. And Pierre, how you doing today, Pierre Coops? Pierre Coops says, "Mike." Let's see, Lisa says, "Fish like overcast days also." Yep, it's partly to mostly sunny today. You know, we got some puffy clouds out, so Dan's laughing his butt off. I know, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, Lisa says, "Sorry, but that's funny." I know, I know, it was. Let's see, Lob. Lob for real, though? Yeah, I know. That is just frustrating. Let's see, Leb. Leb says, or sitting in a chair. That's not there. Oh, this is the way I set. It helps me to, I've got double jointed hips, so setting like this allows me to man the rods pretty good and stay in chat and stay in feed. Let's see, Heather, how you doing today, Heather? Heather says, "Come on, fishies." Lisa says, "No problem, having fun with a friend." Yeah, it's what are you gonna do, folks? It happens. I mean, got a freaking malfunctioning hook. Probably just got one bad hook in the bunch. Imagine, think about it, folks. They make 10,000 hooks. To have one hook that's yeah, you can imagine one out of every 10,000 is gonna snap on you. Another train, folks. Another train. And let's see about getting these guys back out here again. Yeah, that one looks like she's drifting in too shallow. That time I'm gonna have to recast her. I might need to put a little extra weight on that one because it looks like the current's ripping a little bit harder than normal over here. And that's just too shallow. This is not casting today. I want that about maybe a foot further. Put some now that cast too far that time. Man, it's just heartbreaking when that happens, folks. Dang it. This one goes over here. But it is understandable. Every once in a while, you get a bad hook in a bunch. You know what? This current's moving to the left over here. Why don't I throw this like jig head over here into this side current? That'd be an idea. I usually don't fish this side current. Let's see if there's anything over here. Oh, I don't want him. I see him pecking on it. Come on. He was popping on that pretty good. Peck, peck. Come on. And I'm on someone's line. I felt that. What's that, Michael? Yeah, that was someone's line I just pulled off of. That was not good. I got it off, but as fast as I reeled it, I still hit it. That's heartbreaking when that happens, folks, but it happens. Happens to every angler that little piece of equipment or something fails and you wind up losing a big old fish. That wasn't a grass carp, folks, because I got him up to the bank and he started thrashing immediately. I got a wing knot in this line. What the heck? Yeah, so much for fluorocarbon not getting tangled. I ain't even taking a cast out that far. Frustrating when you get a wing knot deeper than you take a cast. Come on, line. Give it a break. And we do have some wind, so it's understandable you're going to get a wind knot. And I threw half the corn off when I took that cast and it didn't go out. So I'm trying to get back into chat here, folks. So I really need to refresh this other rod too because it drifted in too shallow. I'm definitely going to have to put a bigger weight on that big rod because she's just drifting too quickly. And that drifted all the way into the bank. It looks like most of the bait's gone too. No, bait's still on there. The bait is still on there, folks. So nothing hit her. Wish I could get that further out, but this stupid reel, it won't cast, so I've got to hand line this dumb thing out. Doesn't have enough weight on her to cast. I don't really want her to hold out here perfectly. I just want her to drift fish, and that's too far out. Just kind of drift down that current slowly. All right, I think we're back as far as our rod setup is concerned. Someone's got to kind of have to set out there further. You know, that tip's got to be like that because it's got to get it to hold out there as deep as it can. All right, folks, let's get back into chat. Let's see, Bonnie says, got some pillows. Awesome. Sit back and enjoy the show. And Positive Pokes, how you doing, Positive Pokes? Positive says, good day, Bill. Let's see, Lisa says, not the tripod, LOL. Hey, it could happen. You guys know how to wind and me. Just make sure you wear a helmet, or you're making this a lot more enjoyable when everyone gets along. And see, Dan says, good little community. This, yeah, we've got an awesome little fishing community, getting stronger every day. Lisa says, yes, it is. See, Bonnie says, we have awesome people in here. Much love, everyone. And see, Lisa says, thank you. You're very welcome, Lisa. Dan says, Mike is the only fishing channel I buy a membership for. I do appreciate that, my friend. And it does help. Trust me, folks. By the way, I'd like to mention right now with the stuff going on, if you guys want to donate, PayPal and Cash App's linked on the description on my main channel. If you do, if you don't, it's okay. I just like to mention it a couple times a feed, once or twice, whatever. Uh, use every cent I can get right now. Trust me. Until the first of the month. I think I've got 2 more days before YouTube pays or something. Let's see, Bonnie says hi, Lisa. Lisa says better luck next time. Yep. See, Dan says same, Lisa. Bonnie says never tried corn yet. Hey, it's very good. You really should. Let's see. Dan says get a mic. Lisa says definitely something we need to try. It works for Blue Cat Channel, all species of carp, and occasionally bluegill as well. And yellow perch, I believe, I've heard eat it too. So do rainbow trout. That hooks you beat back from snags. I don't think that one was. I think that one's just one that was messed up. So it was a bite on. I saw that. And some hit our small rod, pecked it pretty good there. Ooh, that was on corn as well. It looks like he cut a kernel of corn off and chewed on another. Look at that. Yeah, one of those kernels is chewed to pieces. Look at that. Just something gnawed on it. Bite on worm. I saw that. Something popped that worm again. And we're getting bites, folks. We just gotta hook up and get one of these monsters in. A line didn't break on there. That hook just snapped in two. It couldn't take that pressure of that fish. When that blue cat started thrashing, that hook gave way. It happens. Says, ladies and gentlemen, we are off. I only buy eagle claws for that purpose. You don't buy eagle claws for that purpose. I got you. Mine says, they're eating metal now. Yeah, I'm afraid. Let's see, Dan says, only takes an awkward, yep, sharp and twist and break. You got it, my friend. And Care Bear, how you doing today, Care Bear? Care Bear with all the cool membership emojis. Thank you, my friend. And Abby, how you doing today? Abby Fisherman says MVP. How you doing today, Abby? And Positive says, hey, oh, hi, Bear. There is my heart. She says, I think it was the one that bent from a few times. It is very possible. I didn't think it was, but Positive shouting. Abby says, what's up, chat? And Clipping. How you doing today, Clipping? It says MVP always catching, never fishing. Yeah, hooking at least. I don't know about landing. It says strong rod can bend them out too. Yep, even those eagle claws, those bait holders, it can bend them out. Yep, that's a severe needle now. That's a sewing needle. You got it. Bonnie says positive. Abby says hey. Abby says good luck. There's a bite on worm. Come on, hit it. Got him, folks. Fish on. Got that one. What do we got? Whoa, buddy. Whoa. Come on, big girl. What do you got? That's fighting, whatever it is. Ah, that's a big freshwater drum. Okay. Nice. That's a nice little pound. Pound and a half. That's a good first fish, folks. I'll take them. I'll take them any day of the week, my friends. Not as big as our last one, but I'll take her. We got to get one on the border, and this means no skunk for sure. Yeah, that's about a pound and a half. It might go two, actually. That's a pretty big one. Incredible fish, folks. Gotta love it. Beautiful freshwater drum. Ah, yeah, there we go, folks. Just gorgeous. Look at those silvers, incredible. Check this guy out up closer, folks. Yeah, that is one beautiful freshwater drum. Incredible. All right, we'll take it, folks. We will take it any day of the week. That hook is right in his crusher. Push back on that hook. And she should, well, almost popped out. Sometimes when you push them out of their crushers, they'll pop back into their jaw. All right, but folks, no muss, no fuss, no blood. All right, buddy. See ya. There you go. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciated. Go on, buddy. Awesome. No, we got the skunk off the feed, folks. At least we got one. I'll take it. And that's still holding pretty far out there. I don't know. Let's refresh this one. And it was holding out there. I think I need a little bit more weight on this one because I'm afraid the current's pushing a little bit quicker than normal over here. Either that, I'm just gonna have to walk out here to the point every single cast, and that's another big one. There's some massive fish over here, folks. You see them all over here to the right. So what I've got to do is I've got to draw these fish over to me because that stuff it's impossible to fish down there. That's like all snags and yeah, it's impossible down there. But here it's okay. That way you have to draw those fish to your location. All right, let's get a worm back on here and we'll get back into chat. All right, no skunk. That was a nice freshwater drum. First of the day. So I hope you guys enjoy the show today. That's the name of the live feed. That's a pretty good little dangle. Wrap around the tip. And that just, what the heck? Oh. Equipment malfunctions. I know this looks weird, folks, but oddly enough, this is pretty comfortable for me. I lose feeling in my toe, in my toes every once in a while, but besides that, this works pretty good. All right, let's get back into chat, folks. Let's see, 41 incredible people in and 51 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Let's see, Positive says, enjoy your day, people. And see, and Timmy, how you doing today, Timmy? Timmy says hi. Hi, Timmy. Abby says thank you. You're welcome, Abby. And Gail, how you doing today, Gail? Gail says, just where is the unfamiliar spot? Let's bite a worm. Come on, buddy, hit it. You mean the one down there? I tried to do a live feed on her this morning. I couldn't get a signal at all. Yeah, they've got that spot packed in with barges down there. They're unloading and loading up corn. They're doing it a lot right now. So I couldn't get a signal on a lot of these banks down here. Those big old iron barges, yeah, it just destroys your signal down here. Abby says, hey, Gil. Abby says, yep, one fish, Abby. And see, Timmy says, did have a good day. Great to hear, my friend. And Green River, how you doing today, Green River? Green River says, howdy, Mike. Abby says, hey, Green River. And Cuz, how you doing today, Cuz? Cuz says, hello, everyone. Green River says, hey, Abby. Abby says, I'm good. Awesome. Awesome to hear. Green River says, awesome, Abby. And Yakin, how you doing today, Yakin? It says MVP. Hello, my friend. Hello to you too. And George, how you doing, George? George says, hey, MVP. How you doing, George? Hope you're having a good day, George. Abby says, hey, Kakima. Did I miss Kakima? Oh, I'm talking about Yakima. Yeah, I got you. Abby says, awesome. Here comes another big barge, folks. Yeah, if I get a chance, I'll find it. I kept chats up in chat. You can put one freshwater drum, Abby. Or just one drum. Fish on, folks. Got him. We got him, folks. What do we got this time? That's on our lighter stuff. Another second freshwater drum. Well, there's some big drum in here today. Come here, big guy. Yeah, it's about a pound. Nice. Another damn, I can't keep up with chat and the fishing. Missed that first big one. I'd like to have gotten that in, but hey, we're still catching fish, folks. That's another one. A nice, that's about a pound. Look at the silvers on that fish, folks. Incredible colorations on that. Trying to watch my other rods because I think my big rod was getting a bite while I was doing this. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Oh, yep. Come on, quit it, buddy. Look at the silvers on that. Silvers and chromes, purples, blues. And who don't like drum? I love these guys. Beautiful fish, folks. Gotta love it. All right, that's our second of the day, folks. Number 2. Let's see if I can get the hook out of him. He's got it right in the upper jaw again. That's one good thing about the eagle claws. They go right on the top of the jaw. No muss, no fuss. No blood. All right, buddy. See ya. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciated. Yeah, that barge is going to make a wave, folks, because that sucker is moving. All right, let's get another worm on here and we'll get back to chat. One good news is we're getting bites on corn, and another we're getting bites on worm as well. As long as I get bites on both. That looks pretty good again. We're just doing that little although that was a skipjack. That was a little skipjack about that big. That wasn't a moon eye or gold eye. I saw that sucker. That almost looked like a crappie, but almost impossible to catch in that size. You need like a little dry fly or something. And that is one spot that I could probably have thrown my cast net in here, but I've spooked the other fish. Oh well. We got worms and we got corn. That'll work. That'll work, folks. Good enough for me. Yeah, we're casting at about the limits of this line with this weight. That lug might look big, but it actually doesn't weigh all that much. And that current's just ripping again. I gotta wait for it to settle. Once that barge goes by, this current is just gonna rip for a minute or two here. And no way I can even settle on the bottom right now. She's drifting so fast. Look at that, how fast that drifted down. I cast it straight out, and I wound up way down there before I could even put the rod down. All right, she's settling down again. Yeah, those barges go by. They pick up the current quite well. Let's see, Timmy says nice. Thank you, Timmy. Boy, that's an interesting English if you can. If you can't, the emojis are fine. What's the Brawley? But thank you for coming in, Brawley. I hope you enjoy the show. Let's see. Boy, I can't knock onto that. Let's see. Brawley asks, well, what is that? What is it? That was a freshwater drum. See, Gail says, nice drum. Thank you, Gail. Let me catch up with chat here, Abby. You can put that in. Let's see. Paman, how you doing, Paman? Paman says, oi. Let's see. Red Bull Princess, how you doing, Princess? Princess says, hope everyone is having a great and wonderful day. Awesome to hear, my friend. Hope you're having a great day, too. Abby says, hey, Princess. Abby says, one drumfish. Abby says, I got it. Just in time for me to have to do it again. I'm sorry, Abby. Because it says fish on. Another bite. Hang on, folks. That's a bite on corn. I saw that. That's way down there in the shallows. I'm still biting on the worm, though. I gotta get to the worm rod, because that's the one there. Got him, folks. Fish on. Gotta be one of these days, folks. I can't keep the rods out. What do we got this time? Another one. That's our third freshwater drum. Well, that'll go about a pound. Another nice one, folks. Number 3. Third of the day. Boy, these guys are hitting today, folks. Number 3. Oh, yeah. Man, these guys are active. Like the title said, enjoy the show. Incredible, folks. Gotta love it. Beautiful fish, my friends. Yeah, this is called a freshwater drum. It's native to Missouri, Mississippi River, and its tributaries. That means rivers that run into the Mississippi River. They're usually native as well in there as well. Yeah, this guy, he will not quit. All right, folks, let's get this back in the water and get back out here fishing and get back into the chat. And I'm watching those other rods because that that blue cat I had on here earlier, she just about got that big rod in. Man, he got it good. Come on, girl. She got it right in the upper part of the jaw again. Man, that sucker's in there. There it goes. Yeah, I know I should have some forceps, but I just use my fingers. Flesh on flesh does a lot less damage than than metal on flesh. All right, buddy. See ya. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciated. Yeah, sometimes you can get that hook in just the right spot, and it will refuse to come out. And the way my lug came off. That's the benefit of using that lug nut, folks. That if you got it snagged in the rocks, it'll break off. I got to put another one on. That's a little big. I got a better size one here. I don't know. I've got these here. I'm just trying to figure out which size I want to put on. Hey, here's a little trick, folks. Kind of crazy. Just walk up and down your local highway and pick up lug nuts and washers. I mean, it sounds dumb, right? But these things, they work extremely well for weights. If you use a bread wrapper, wrap that around once in that direction, and then make a loop on in the other, you can create a slip weight. And they come in all different shapes and sizes, so and ain't like they're being used for nothing, right? Let's see, that one's a little heavier than that one. I guess I'll use this one. I need a bread wrapper, a bread stop, because this one's shot. Yeah, I must have got that lug nut stuck in a rock, and the bread wrapper snapped, so the line would snap. So I just lost the lug nut, and that's fine. I'll just replace the lug nut. See if I can find got a bag full of these things. Oh, there they are. Just take me a second here, folks. Instead of having that break off, I just broke the lug nut off. What you do is you just take the bread wrapper like normal, like wrap that around one end a couple of times, 7 or 8 times, whatever. Make a little thingy right there, right? Then put that around your line. You don't want to completely do this one, folks. You just want to make like a like a hole just big enough so it doesn't go over your weight stop, whatever size of weight stop you got. I want to put it over the line. Why the heck did I do that? I've done this a million times. I'm trying to do this on feed. It's a little different when you're trying to do it. What do I do here? Yeah, I wrapped that around the line while I was doing that. It was dumb, Michael. Just redo that. I did that wrong. That's the way it's supposed to be done. All right, there you go. Now that's just gonna slide up and what the heck? Why aren't you sliding? All right, yep. There. No, it's still it's tight on there. Oh, there it goes. Yep. And that just slides up and down just like that. And that's not touching that line, folks. That metal is not touching the metal. That's basically just a plastic bread wrapper on your against your monofilament. And that had worm on it. What am I doing, Michael? Duh. Sorry about getting backed up in chat, folks. I am so sorry. I'm trying to keep up with these guys. They're manhandling me again. And this is our fourth barge, folks, up and down the river. So you tell I wasn't lying about that spot down there, that new spot that we found the other day. There's like barges packed up and down that entire shoreline. I couldn't get a signal at all down there today. That wasn't out that far that time. That was in relatively close. So, and this other rod needs to be recasted as well. It's drifting into the bank again. Stop spinning around the rod tip. There we go. Come on, now I got a wing knot. Give it up. Give it up. I didn't cast that far. One more time. That's right. Finally got her back out there. All right, let's get back in the chat. We're up to 3 now, Abby. If I can ever catch up with chat. Tell you what, let me do that right now. If you put that into chat right now, because this side is up to speed. So if you put that in right now, 3 drum. I'll put that in chat. I don't want to lose my spot here. Abby says, "What is that fish?" That's called a freshwater drum, Abby. You got it that time, Abby. There you go. Thank you. All right, let's get back in the chat over here. That's EK with the drum. Abby says I got it. Abby says fish on. That's EK says nice drum. Thanks, my friend. And there's a bite on corn again. Oh, you little stinker, right by the bank. Man, that was within a... Crap. Now, I'm going to have to put a little bigger weight on this one, folks, because unfortunately, this one's not holding out there deep enough. Now, this current is just ripping this right into the bank. And this is the one that's going to be getting the big carp and stuff. So I'm going to have to get that back out here in a moment. Abby says amazing. And Bobby, how you doing today, Bobby? Bobby says, what's up, brother? Did anyone donate to you? Not yet. Not yet, Bobby. Let's see. 52 people in and 70 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Hope you guys enjoy the show. If you want to donate, PayPal and Cash App's linked on my description on my main channel. Those funds go directly to me in minutes. That way, like an emergency, I'm dealing with some stuff outdoors. I have to, yeah. We talk about homeless and everything, but yeah. Let's see, and Paul, how you doing today, Paul? Paul says howdy. I have gotten a W. We call it some gems. Abby says thank you. Abby says, "You're welcome." And Malik, how you doing today, Malik? Malik says, "Is that the fishing wizard, Mike himself?" Thank you, Malik. How you doing today, buddy? Yeah, we're gonna have to put a little bit bigger weight on this one because this one's not holding in this current. So I think I'll jury rig this real quick. That way I don't have to worry too much about weights and everything. I'll put a lug nut and I'll tie it and I'll connect this to the line like the other one. And just take a minute, folks. That way I don't have to retie this and everything. Unfortunately, we're not. I can't hold over here with a light weight in this. We had one big blue cat hooked over here, probably 18, 20 pounds. I had her right up to the bank, and the hook snapped. I mean, the line didn't snap; the hook snapped in two. That's a rarity, but that does happen on occasion, folks. You'll have just like a messed up hook on the line, and you're the one that gets it. I'm trying to make sure that slides up and down the hook. Okay, that's quite a bit more weight on there. So I'm just going to jury rig that real quick. Get this back out here as quick as I can. I put on a brand new hook. This one just came out of the box, so I can't. You guys can't complain about me having a bent out hook. You bent that hook out 30 times. Yeah, well, I expect it to bend out. I don't expect the friggin' thing to break. Oh. And we still got 3 nice freshwater drums so far, folks, and we're still getting bites. And it's been one heck of a day so far, folks. First cast over here with corn, I got pulverized by something, and I got her up to the bank. It was a big old blue cat. Smashed the surface here, thrashed a couple times, and that hook just snapped in two. Hmm. Hoping that that's not the only fish out here. I'm gonna get some more bait in the water. Maybe I can get these guys attracted back in here. Sometimes when you break a fish off, you can spook them. So let me get some bait down here. Get these guys feeding up again. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. I mean, it doesn't harm anything per se. I know I was hitting my other line there. I gotta friggin' redo that one now. Well, and that one drifted in on me. Now we're right at the level, folks, where this stuff is just this current is ripping. Look at that! Just knocked a skipjack out of the water out there. And that sucker was only like that big. That explains why these blue cat are in here right now. There's some there's a lot of like skipjack and herring moving up and down this shoreline right now. Is that snag? Don't feel like it. Okay. That one looks okay, and this one, that one was okay too. I should have left it out there. Got some gunk on it though. It's like something chewed on the end of that worm good. Stinker. Uh oh, bite on corn. Oh, you little. Dang. Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. Crap. I don't know what that was, folks. He was pop, 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 pop. Dang it. Back out here, folks. There's definitely some active fish out here today. That's way too far out that time. That's gonna get snagged. I didn't mean to cast it that far. That just you never know if this. Yeah, that time it stuck and it wouldn't cast. The time before that it didn't stick, so it cast way out there. All right, it's better. She's about 8 or 10 feet deep right there, folks. It's pretty deep in that one little spot there. Sorry about being backed up in chat so much. 32 people in, 71 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Abby says you're welcome. I'm seeing Kevin. How you doing today, Kevin? Kevin says, hey, what's up, MVP? What's up, Kevin? Let's see. Mike says I'm doing fine, by the way, Mike. Just doing some animation model work today. Sounds interesting. Hope you're having fun, buddy. Let's see. Loss. How you doing today, Loss? Loss says hi. How you doing, Loss? Uh, B. Schultz. That's the name. That's interesting. All right, we're looking good for chat, folks. We're going to I'm gonna say hi and hello as well. This is my backup channel. I always like to say hello at least once in the feed. Give it some reactions. There we go. That was a good bite on corn. That one doubled it. Just pop, 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 and just I don't know. Missed it. Oh, bite a worm. Should have set the hook. Started doubling it and just I should have set that hook. Dang it. Yeah, just about got that worm off too. He's been gnawing on it pretty good out there. Yeah, with these big night crawlers, I'm trying to get 2 or 3 bites out of them because they're about a foot long, so you don't need all the worm. You can at least get 2 bites out of it. Keep that end of it dangling. Let's bite on corn. I saw that pop pop. Come on, buddy, hit it. Oh, come on, line. Dang it. Still popping it. Your bites on worm and corn right now, folks. So that's a very good sign of some more fishing action to come. Don't think he likes that big weight, but I can't hold over here without a bigger weight. Temperature's not too bad right now, folks. It's about 85, 90 degrees. It's not too bad. Got a little bit of a breeze. Could be worse. And it looks like nothing hit this one over here in the shallows. So they are not over in the shallows. Over here to the left. I did get a bite with this over here, like just right in front of us. So let me put that back there. And unfortunately, I don't have enough worms to be able to use with more than one rod. Man, that current is just ripping. Let's see. Gail says a spotted gar on the fishing menu today. I don't know. Not seeing any gar today. Not to say they're not. Well, I did see a few smaller ones in here by the bank, but the only way to get those is with like little artificials right by the bank. Like if I threw like a little like mini crankbait or something and bounce it around these edges, I get those smaller spotted gar. I mean those ones about maybe a pound or so. They're tough to land on that light gear. Boy, that's an interesting one. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but appreciate you coming in, my friend. Let's see, Navak. Yep, I guess that's Navak. How you doing today, Navak? Navak says hi. And after that first big one, we've gotten those freshwater drum, and they're kind of the currents just started ripping over here. I mean, really fast. I mean, these bigger weights are actually holding, but at the same time, they're barely holding. They're still trying to drift. And this one got a couple pops over here, so let me see what happened to it. And yep, look at that. Got the majority of that corn off, and it's been chewed. I don't know what that was, whatever it was, got a meal. Compliments of MBP fishing. Yeah, the fish stack up in here a lot of times because they know they got a 9 out of 10 chance of getting a good meal in them. I mean, the worst that could happen is just, get shown off on YouTube for a few minutes, and you get to go back home. A heck of a lot of ants down here today, too. Sheesh. All these stupid things. Look at that. I'm sure the camera caught whatever that was. Looked like another skipjack herring, but I just that's small. The only way to catch them is with a cast net, and I didn't bring a cast net with me today. I don't want to cast a cast net here anyways. I'd spook these other fish. All right, rods are back out, folks. Let's see what's going on here. Now the current's trying to calm down a little bit. The middle out here is just slowing down a little bit. Over here, it's calm. This is still ripping quite a bit. Wish I could have kept that up longer. That was a pretty good bite there for a while, but like we had 5 barges go by and within a few minutes and just caused that current to catch up real fast and just she started racing down here and this kind of stopped. We just gotta let this current settle back down for just a minute. You can see that on the live feed just a minute ago. We had 2 barges go that way, and I think 2 more go back that direction. So kind of interfered there for a minute, but it is enjoyable to come out and chat with you guys. Me being stuck out here all the time, I get to just talk to someone. Let's see, Adam, how you doing today, Adam? Adam says MVP. How you doing today, my friend? Adam with the fishy emojis and the good luck emoji. 28 incredible people in it, seeing 82 thumbs. Boy, we already got 82 thumbs up. And we're on our way to 100 already, folks. Adam says, doing good. Thanks for asking. Good to hear, my friend. I'm doing okay, if you're wondering, which you're probably not wondering. Uh, let's see, what am I doing? Remember what I'm doing. Oh, yeah. I'm trying to get a drink of coffee. Got 3 big freshwater drum. Missed a reel. That was like an 18, 20-pound blue cat I had right up to the bank. And I had the hook snapped on me. Yeah, it snapped right in two. That was probably the 3rd biggest blue cat I've had down here this year. We've had 2 bigger than that, but that was a big one. Adam says, let's go. Adam says, sorry, and I hope you're doing good, brother. I'm doing okay, my friend. It's, like you guys know, I'm struggling down here trying to make it to the 1st of the month. I had to abandon campsite recently, too, because we had some, like, torrential, severe thunderstorms that lasted for about 4 hours straight, so I had to get out of Dodge for a couple of hours. Like 25, 30 mile per hour winds. Yeah, that was too bad to stay in the tent. I had to get back to civilization. And it's okay staying at the gas station, charging my gear and stuff up. Unfortunately, they have like a kind of thing where you have to buy something pretty much. So I mean the cheapest thing they've got is $1 refill on stuff, which means I've been stacking up on cups. Yeah, I got my soda cup and my coffee cup. I think I've used that coffee cup about 6 times. By the way, if you guys want to donate, PayPal and Cash App's linked on my description on my main channel. If you do, if you don't, no worries. I'm just going to mention it this last time. Going to help out so much, and believe me, every cent helps right now. Oh, there goes our biplane. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, that's our daily biplane going over. Let's see. Adam says we got a thunderstorm going on right now. Raining like crazy in PA. That was a nice one. That sounds like the weather we were having not last night, but the previous night. Last night it was clear. Now we had like rain off and on throughout the day yesterday, and some severe thunderstorms that previous night. So let's see. Bonnie says not bad to use their electricity. At least you're able to change your equipment. Yeah, like I said, and you have to buy something. I mean, it's just a thing. There's a lot of people coming in off the streets, and individuals make money off the streets. I mean, just they don't ask for much. Like freaking buy a soda. You can use the you can use the charger wire ports. You can use the restrooms, the facilities, everything. Just buy $1 soda, and that's pretty much their policy down there. If you buy something, come in and use our facilities. You're okay, and that just cuts down the lag down. It does allow me to uh, recharge my electronics. And the only electronics I have is a light, my cell phone, a a little charger, a little backup power pack that lasts about 4 hours. Um, Scooter, the tablet. That's about it. It takes me about 2 hours to recharge that. That's just early morning. Doing these live streams, I'm draining everything, so it takes about 4 hours to recharge everything up. And I'm in there twice a day, and look at that. That sucker just about got a lot of that worm off. Chewed it to pieces. And here comes another barge. That's definitely the reason why these fish are acting weird today, folks. There's a massive amount of barge traffic right now. I mean, an incredible amount. I mean, there's a barge right over there. There's a barge right down there. There's a barge going up the river over here. Yikes. Yeah, I got the rods back pouring up, didn't I? I got the rods back pouring up, I think. I think I might have too big a weight on this time. Yeah, I wasn't holding it all on with our lighter weights, and I went to a little bigger weight, and these things seem to be holding like just a little bit too good. So I got a bite down there just a minute ago, and he let it go because it was just too much weight on there. Peck, 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 and then that was gone. He was like half that bait was gone, and bye bye, I'm done. I feel it. There's a weight on there. I'm not touching it. Not doing it. Oh, there's a pop pop. I was about ready to pick it up and check it. Something popped it once. Looks like this weight might weigh a little bit too much. All right, let's get back into chat, folks. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. That's the name of the live feed. Hope you're enjoying the show. Bonnie says, all right. And T. Clifton says 5334. It's pouring right now in PA. Connie says, is it far from carp? Far from camp. Uh, about 2 miles. So it drains my battery quite a bit. Yeah, I don't trust setting up a campsite any closer to the city. And see Jackson, how you doing today, Jackson? Jackson says, "Hey man, how's it going? Going okay, Jackson." And seeing Seth Johnson, how you doing today, Seth Johnson? Seth Johnson says, Seth Johnson checking in. Seth says, "Hey Trey." Seth says, "Hey Bonnie." And see Trey, how you doing today, Trey? Trey says, "Hey." Seth says, "Hi." Bonnie says, "Good day, Seth." Think I got too big a weight on this time. Remember I said just put a bigger weight on? Everyone's saying just put a bigger weight on. You can hold. Well, I'm holding now, and I'm not getting bunkus. Abby says, "You're welcome." Seth says, "Hey, Abby." Trey says, "Any luck today?" 3 big freshwater drum, and we had about a 20-pound blue cat right to the edge of the shoreline here. We had a hook snap into, so we had an equipment malfunction that time. It happens. And see, Elris, how you doing today, Elris? Elris Gonzalez says hi. Hey, Gonzalez. And see, Seth says hi, Elris. Boy, that's a. Oh, I'm having trouble with that one. Don't blow over, tripod. I hope you guys got your helmets on. Oh man. Mm. Just a split second behind that one. Yeah, that's on corn, folks. So that's no way of knowing what that heck that is. You get a lot of different species down here. You get blue cat, channel, flathead, carp, grass carp, buffalo, uh, channel catfish. They're all going to hit corn down here. There's a granary right up the river, so it makes sense that they eat corn. Now, obviously, this isn't the exact thing that they're eating, because what they're eating is hard kernel corn, but they really don't care if it's hard or soft. Except the difference is the soft stuff goes on the hook. The hard stuff, yeah, you can't. Yeah, well, you need a drill to put the hook on, pretty much. Well, you can do it with a needle. It just takes forever. You got to like keep pushing down on it and twisting. Yeah, I've done it before. I tried it. It takes forever to put 4 or 5 kernels of corn on the hook. Everyone's like, "MVP, you must be nuts using hard kernel corn for bait." I've done it on occasion. Ain't had no money for a can of corn, and yeah, we are down to our last, I think, $4.50. It should be enough to last the rest of the night. I'm just worried about tomorrow morning. Pretty good cast. On the bottom. Let that settle just a little bit. And most gas stations have a policy of you can't use their stuff in their facilities unless you buy something. Now that doesn't account for the bathrooms. I mean, you can go to the toilet for free. They're not going to do that. I think all places have like government subsidies to allow people to use the bathrooms for free. See, Trey says, "What's on the hooks today?" Let's see. We've got corn on this close rod. That's with a jig head. We've got night crawl on the middle rod, and we've got corn on the far rod. Let's see, Andrew. How you? Andrew says hi again. Hi, Andrew. Seth says, "Hey, Andrew." Trey says, do you ever use live bait? I consider night crawlers a live bait. Now, getting like minnows around this city is virtually impossible. There's one bait shop up here, and they rarely ever have them, to be honest. And there's no real minnows in this river. Now, I use like live bluegill up at the lake for like largemouth and stuff, but cut bait I do use on occasion. We used cut bait on a night feed about a week ago. Got some good ones. Couple nice blue cat. And Genuine Genius says hi. How you doing today, Genuine Genius? Let's see, and Thomas also says hi. Says, yep, 90 likes, my friends. Up, we're getting near 100, folks. 27 people in. Let's see, and 91 thumbs up. That is just incredible. Let's see, Genius says, hey, all. Seth says, hey, Thomas. All right, we're looking good for chat right now, folks. I really need to check this worm rod. I think I've got too big of a weight on her. I might have to put a smaller one on because I don't think this big one, even though she's holding out there, I don't seem to be getting any bites on her. Yeah, they just don't like this bigger weight. So I'm gonna put a little bit smaller one on here. I do have a few smaller weights here. Let me see if I can find them. There's one. Where's the other one? And there it is. Just gonna have to put a little smaller weight on this one because this one's it seems to be just a little bit too big, I'm afraid. Just take me a second to redo this. All right. Yeah, that's just a little bit smaller weight. Actually, it's about half the size. And she's been tearing. Something's still been tearing that worm to pieces. With that bigger weight, it just seems like they were hitting it and couldn't even really see them hit it because they were popping it and dropping it. And we do have a little bit of wind, folks, so it's a little bit trickier to see bites sometimes. And that line is totally slack on this one. Completely slack. Man, that drifted far. And the wing knot in this one, I don't know why I'm getting wing knots in this fluoro. Freaking fluoro is not supposed to tangle up as bad. I do wish I had enough for some more night crawlers, but I can only get about 2 dozen a day digging right now. It's that time of the year where we're just kind of transitioning, starting to run out of our big night crawlers and waiting for those red worms to start once the weather starts cooling off. And that did not cast with a crap. Let's see. Better. I put a little oomph behind it. I saw that, folks. I saw it. Popped that a couple times like that. I think it's a bite on this one. This current. It all of a sudden started ripping again. Look at that. Just ripped me right into the bank and just. Yep. It's tricky when it does this, folks. It'll because see the only place where it's not doing that is way over there to the left. I'm not seeing any kind of fish activity. They're all over here in this stupid stuff where it's look at this current's doing this. That's how fast it's moving right now. A minute ago it was like this. We gotta wait for this to stabilize. There went a gar. That's the first nice gar I saw hit the surface. That drifted all the way down with a half ounce of weight. That's all the way down there again. Wonder if that might work. I'd probably be getting snagged really bad over there because there's a rock face right over there to the right. That's just bouncing. I can't keep the lines from bouncing right now. It's shifting current so much. That's just about down to the bank already. Geez, that was something just jumped out of the water out there real deep. This one needs to get some more corn on her. Hold, hang on, folks. I'll get back into chat here in just a minute. I think what the only other option would be to move over there to the right and fish off those rocks and try to fish over here from over there. And that's not a great angle to fish this spot because you don't get to fish this spot over here where those big ones come up. So I don't know. Says hey Thomas. That's Ian. Steve, how you doing today, Steve? Steve says hello, Joanne. Hello, Joanne says hi. Hi, Steve. Hope you're enjoying the show today. Let's see, Seth says, hey, Steve. Let's see, 23 incredible people on it. See a 98 thumbs up. Just 2 more to make 100, folks. Can you believe it? We're almost at 100 already. See, Steve says, hey, how you doing, my friend? I think I met you at the gas station. I think I'm not sure. I'm terrible with names. Have just 3 big freshwater drums so far today. We had a big one up to the bank here, but I think I had to break the hook in 2. Yeah, that big weight holds, but the fish every time I put it out there, they'll get the bait off, and I don't even see them bite. Big bubbles in here in the shallows as well. See that bait's mostly gone. I didn't even see a bite on that. Come on, big guys. I know you're here. Let's try to get these rods stabilized good enough so that I can come chat with you folks over there. See, that one's holding relatively good. I'm going to throw some more corn out here, get some more bait in the water for them. I think these guys are just being stubborn. I had one hooked, and you guys know how if you get a fish hooked down here, a lot of times you'll spook them until you give them something to eat. Once you give them a little bit of extra food, they say, what the heck, I don't care. I don't care if Tom got hooked. There's food out there. Robert, Billy, come on, let's eat. That was way too far out. We're going to flip this in relatively close. That's a little shallow spot there, but it tapers off real quick. All right, both rods are stable, folks. Let's come in and chat. Let's go over and sit down a minute. Give these guys a chance to get a rod in. And give them a little bit better of an opportunity. I'll back off from the rods. Sometimes that'll get them to your what is it? Your voice will kind of vibrate and carry down those monofilament, and they'll feel the vibration in the water. Let's see. Steve says hello. Steve says, hey, Arnold, how you doing today, Arnold? Arnold says, hello, everyone. What's cracking, Mike, bro? And blessings. And Randy, how you doing today, Randy? Randy says, MVP Mike. Thomas says, big fish in the river. Where is this? We're in the mighty, muddy Mississippi River down in St. Louis, Missouri. Let's see, Randy says, St. Louis, Missouri. You got it right, Randy. Randy says, it's Mississippi River, Thomas. Thomas says, oh, the Mississippi. Randy says, yep. And Flava, how you doing, Flav? Flav Dave. Flava Dave, yep, the 101st like. We're broke 100, my friends. That's just incredible. Thank you, guys. Let's see, bass fishing. Montana Bass Fishing says, hi. How you doing, Montana? Flava says, good to see you, buddy. Good to see you too, my friend. Oh, well, hear from you, because I can't really see. Never mind. You know what I mean. Let's see, Bass Fishing asks, caught anything? We've caught 3 pretty big freshwater drums so far. A couple pounds each, and we had a 18, 20-pound blue cat right up to the shoreline over here. Just had her right up to the bank. She thrashed a couple times, and our hook snapped in two. Not the line, the hook snapped. That was right in the beginning of the feed, the first cast. Got some big grass carp and common carp down here too. We're trying to coax these guys into hit, and got corn on the close rod and the far rod, and we got a worm in the middle. But it says, I got ya. It says, thanks everyone for supporting the channel. And all the likes, much appreciated. Yes, sir, it does. It does help the channel so much. Let's see, Harper. You try catching a catfish. That's what a blue catfish is. We had one up to the bank. Our previous trip feed down here, we got 3 nice channel catfish and a blue cat. So with corn and worm, we've got the potential of catching just about every species of fish down here. Flavor says, what did the trout say? When it hit the water, when it hit the wall. Damn! Yeah, that's the kind that go over the river, folks, not the other one. Let's see, 25 people in and 107 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Yeah, we get to sit back behind the camera right now and give the fish a chance to pull a rod in. Was it a bite? Saw the rod twitch on the. And that far rod got popped once. I saw it on the feed. I didn't see it over there in real life, but I saw it on the feed. Interesting. Do that again, fishy. Yeah, that drink of coffee had sand in it. Blech. Blech. Sandy coffee. Blech. Blech. That did not taste good, folks. Real gritty. More than normal. And see, Bonnie says, that catfish just wanted a free lip piercing. Yep, and she got it too. He or she. As mean as she was, I think it was a girl. That sucker was, as soon as I got her to the bank, she just started thrashing. Yeah, we've got some schools of like skipjack and stuff coming up the river right now, and these are small. These aren't moon eye or gold eye. They're about maybe 2 or 3 inches long, if that. They're too small to actually. It's a bite of worm. I saw that. They're actually too small to catch on a hook unless you're using like a fly or something. Now, a streamer or something would probably work real good. Worm's been chewed up again. Not as hectic as our previous trip down here, but we're still catching fish, folks. I put a little bit smaller lug nut on because it seems like that bigger one's holding, but they just don't want to. They don't want to hit it all the way. And this is tricky, folks, because this current is pushing into this bank. It's not actually going by this. It's pushing at us. So it's doing that all the way down this shoreline. And it's drawing these fish in, but they're being a little sneaky about hitting today. Come on, fishies, I know you're here. Don't make me put worm on another rod, because I will. garbage on the line. That looks fine. That's a perfect string of corn. This terrible cast is going to go over my other rod. Ah. That's better. That's better, folks. And how is that holding? About like that. So not great. I don't know. I could try putting worm on this one too. My little jig head, I could put like a little top of a night crawler on this one. Don't want to do this much because you guys know we don't have a whole lot of worms to work with. Who knows? Maybe I'll get a gar with this. Just drift fishing down in the shallows. I know they don't. You very rarely ever get a gar to nip at corn. That's interesting. That's sitting out there now and it's not getting a bite. I was getting bites every cast, and now they just all of a sudden stopped on me. Knocked a worm up the hook. Interesting. I got a knot in that line. Look at that crap. No way I'm going to let that stand, folks. I'm going to have to re-rig this. I'm going to have to retie this hook. Because I'm not going to let that knot stand right in that line right there. I see him. Oh, you little stinker. Man, he just pop, 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 pop. That was on corn. Mm. Yeah, they're just hitting so lightly, folks. I'm worried. I should have let that one hit it more, but I saw it pop once earlier, and he didn't take it all the way, so I figured he's just going to pop it again, and set the hook and nothing. And I've got to retie that one because it's stupid thing's got a knot between the leader and the weight stop. And that's a bad spot to have it. That's what a swivel is designed to prevent, but you know, tying swivels on every 5 minutes when you're getting snagged every 5 minutes, it gets tiresome after a while. A little weight stop technique does work. Just stupid thing, it causes every once in a while you get a knot in your line. You guys haven't gotten a face plant into the sand yet, which is a good thing. I didn't weight you guys down today. Sorry, folks. It's just going to take me a minute to do this. Thing. What the heck was that? Oh, that was my lid. That was got a knot right there. Instead of picking it that with a hook for the next 20 minutes, I'll just retie it. See that? How easy that line snapped right there? Where that knot was? I'm just glad I noticed it. Da, da, da. It's the hole. Not easy when you've got one only half functioning eye and the other eye's you're blind in. Trying to tie a hook on. All right, that's terrible leader on that. I'll leave it. I don't think it'll matter with the worm on there. Yeah, I got quite a bit of wind today, folks. So we're fighting with that. That line is like totally slack, completely slack. Crap. Come on, Michael, move faster. Move faster. Faster, faster, faster. I can't move any faster than that. I'm about to break the speed of sound. All right, that's back. Wrap around the tip. Let's see now. I checked that 5 times to make sure that wasn't wrapped around that tip, and it still didn't go out. The current just started ripping again, bouncing everything now. I can't hold the bottom at all right now. That's drifted all the way down. That was within an inch or two of the shoreline. And that's drifted in as well. That held. At least for a couple minutes. Alright, let's get back into chat and see what's going on. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. Man, I wish I'd have gotten that first big one. Man. Let's see Bonnie's laughing her butt off. Let's see Kid with the 110th like. Yep, 19 incredible people in and 116 and 116 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Kid says hi, everyone. And Yan, how you doing, Yan? Yen says hi. And Bonnie says, hey, kid. Kid says Bonnie and hi. What was that? Sheesh. Something to come around behind me. Bonnie says, nibbles on the corn. Yep, after that first one, that big blue that tried to pull us in and broke that hook in two, seemed to be only getting nibbles today. Kid says Bonnie and subscribed. Awesome. Let's see, Bonnie says, thank you, kid. Kid says, you're welcome, no problem. I says, I don't use swivels. Saves on money. Yeah, I don't have. I do use them when I have them, but I don't usually go out of my way to buy them. I'm afraid they do help with you know, spinning in your line and knots and all that crap. But like you said, it's just an extra added, you know, just gonna cost you more money. Let's see, and Bandy, how you doing today, Bandon? Bandon says hi. Kid says Bandon. Kid says Bandon again. Bonnie says, Kid, I subscribe to you also. Kid says, thank you. Bonnie says, no problem. And see, and George. George, how you doing, George? George says, hey, folks. How are you doing today? Doing okay, my friend. We caught 3 freshwater drum, had a big one on in the beginning of the feed. Broke the line, broke the hook in two. And see him, Buff Boy. First time in chat, Buff Boy. I usually like to have people in a car at least 2, maybe 3 times before I give out wrenches. Let's fight on corn. He's popping on it. Pop, pop, pop. Come on. Like I said, I like to have people in chat a couple times before I'll give out that blue jacket. But I appreciate you coming in. I hope you enjoy the show. I might just for the heck of it put a night crawl on this big rod too down here. Yeah, got me snagged finally. Just for the heck of it, I think I'll put corn on this big rod. I mean worm on this big rod. Just one cast. I don't have all that many worms to spare, but we'll try her. Oh, I got a couple more in there. Nah, get out of the bottom. There we go. Yeah, I was only able to dig 2 dozen night crawlers, but worms are worms. Still catching fish with them and still getting bites. That's what counts. All right. Just for the heck of it, I want to try a worm out here. Pull that just a little bit further off the bottom. And they seem to be really pecking on corn today. They really aren't committing to it today. Now that blue cat we had was on corn, but that was the first fish, and that was a big one. If it wasn't for that hook snapping, I'd have gotten that one. I had him in the bank. I had him beat. Just that equipment failure. That eagle gall claw. That brown bait holder snapped. I have that happen on occasion, but usually not on a fish. It's usually when I'm trying to bend it back into place after bending it out. Wrong, Michael. That's too far. That's too far in shallow for that. It gets in. This gets pretty shallow over there to the left. That's better. Make sure that tripod's not falling over in the wind. We do have about 8 to 10 mile per hour wind. Seems to be getting stronger too. And that's holding sucky, folks. That's like right there. It should be like right over here. This is friggin' an ounce weight. It should friggin' hold. Look at that bait. Seriously? Most of that bait is gone already. Dang it. On the drift down that got hit or something. I didn't even see a bite. I'm gonna lose my worms. There's a wormy. Squirmy wormy. Get back in there. And this one's drifted all the way into the bank again, too. Messed up when you use the right amount of weight to hold, they won't hit it. You go to a lighter weight, they hit it, but it drifts by them. 9 times out of 10, they don't even get to get a whack at it. And when they do get a hit at it, you don't even see the bite because it's bouncing. All right, both rods are set, folks. Takes more work when that current is moving like this. Buff boy, no, you haven't. You might have been in a while back, but not for quite a while. Buff says, I'm good. I just got off mountains going back up in the morning, elk hunting with the crossbow. I don't have a eidetic memory, so if you've been in like 6 months ago, I wouldn't remember it, or 3 months or something. So I don't remember hearing your tag name in it at all. Not that bad a memory yet. Yet is the appropriate term. Kid says, George, I subscribed. Awesome to hear. Bonnie says, wow, awesome, George. You getting one? Yum. George says, hey, Bonnie, how are you doing today? James says, how's the bite? A little slow today. Got 3 freshwater drum. We had a big one on the first cast. Big, like 18, 20-pound blue cat. Had him right to the shoreline and snapped the hook into. Bonnie says, I'm great, and thanks for asking. James says, Bonnie. Bonnie says, hello, James. Good to see you. James says, Abby. Bonnie says looks cooler there today, Mike. Yeah, it's about 85, 90. Pretty low humidity. Got about 8 or 10 mile per hour wind, making it more comfortable as well. And Jan, how you doing today, Jan? Jan says hi. James says hi as well. Let's see. I'm gonna have to refresh that. 123 thumbs up, awesome, folks, and but we're showing 12 people in. Yeah, that first run, it's just frustrating when you get a big one on, and it happens though, folks. It could have been worse. I got to see that fish. I get more frustrated when I don't get to see him. At least I know what I had on. That's a bite on the close rod. That was a peck on the close rod there, folks. I wonder what that was. He's pecking on it. Come on, do that again. Man, what'd he do? Well, absolutely nothing. Looks like he was nipping on the end of that worm and expected me to set the hook. And I didn't. Now that time I didn't fall for the peck, set the hook so I can get a meal thing. Now this current has quite literally changed from day to night since I started this feed. And we haven't been fishing that long. It's gone from, moderate current back and forth all of a sudden to a massive straight current to the right. Which means I should be either set up further that direction or further that direction. When I set up, this was the right place, but now it's changed. We've had some significant barge traffic come up and down, which kind of caused this water to go up real quick and then go right back down. Now that is insane. That is just not holding out there. I cast that straight over here and it wound up about like that. Even with like it's probably 3/4 of an ounce of weight on this one. It's weird. I can't hold. This current just changed all of a sudden. How's that one holding? That one's holding okay. I don't know if it's snagged or not, but it's holding. Well, it was a bite on the small rod. He was pecking on it, and he wouldn't take it. So That's what happens when I let them peck and I don't set the hook. And just wind up having had them stop hitting. Oh, where did I miss off in chat? Here we are. Let's see. And James says, "How's the biting?" Bonnie says, "I am great. Thanks for asking." James says, "Bonnie, hello." Bonnie says, "Hello, James, and good to see you." James says, "Hi, Abby." Bonnie says, "Looks cooler." Yeah, this is where I was. Jan. James says, "Hi." And Tina, how you doing today, Tina? Tina says, "MVP." Bonnie says, "Thank you for coming in and saying hit that like and thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe." Let's see, Panther Fishing. Panther Fishing says, "Cheers from South Dakota. Looks awesome spot. Catch me a walleye." Oh, there are some walleye in here. I just don't fish for them a lot. I'm more of a cat and carp and yeah, occasional bass angler, catfish, carp. With walleye, a lot of times you'll need to buy minnows, and there's only like one bait shop in the whole area that sells them. Let's see. Tina says, "I'm good, MVP. How are you?" Doing okay. Still down here on the river, kind of. That's about on a small rod again. Peck, peck, peck. Come on, buddy. I'm doing okay, Tina. 3 freshwater drum and missed a big one earlier. Peck, peck. Yeah, that one was going to keep on nipping on it and nipping on it. Had no intention of getting that worm in his mouth. That's too big for that little rod. I don't mind using the small night crawlers right now because we're a little slow today as far as the bite is concerned. So I don't mind using up more night crawlers than what I usually in the springtime we'll go through 100 worms down here when we're using 3 rods. But right now it doesn't seem like a lot is hitting. So 2 dozen night crawlers are okay. Now they're hitting corn as what? There's a bite on that one. I saw that. Ooh, I saw that peck peck peck. That's out there deeper. And see, they just like doing that, folks. They'll pick it up and peck 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 and just let it go. I'm always curious sometimes when I'm done with the feeds if you guys can see those peck bites. And after the feed is over, I'll go back in and I'll zoom in, and you can actually see these peck bites on the rods. All right, that rod's back. Let's get back in the chat. Train, folks. We got to train. Let's see. Tina says I subbed, and always give a like. Yeah. I'm I'm subbing up. Thank you, Tina. I appreciate it, my friend. See, Tina says, "Hey, Doug, how are you?" Let's see. Panther says, "Nice. I love me some catfish nuggets." You don't mind me asking, what river are you fishing? We're down on the mighty Mississippi, down by the Arch in St. Louis. Yeah, we're in St. Louis, Missouri. Get some big blues, channel, and flathead down here. Now, I usually don't keep them over about 7, 8 pounds down here, unless they're a flathead, which I'll keep like 10 to 15 pounds or something. But Seems like the blues start getting a little bit of a yicky flavor after I get over maybe 15, 20 pounds down here. I see kid with the, what's that, the YouTube emojis. Train, folks, trains are coming. Sorry, that was irritating for me too. That's only 4 hours from me. Here in Kansas City and in Kansas barely. Interesting. We also get some as a big, I don't know, far rod. It's popping it. Man, that was popping that far rod. Pop, pop, come on. Oh, you will. How the heck did I miss that one? Dang it. Ah. Yeah, we get some big grass carp and common carp down here as well. They're just fun to fish for. I know you don't eat them. I don't eat them either, but grass carp are fun down here because you don't get them like that in a lot of places. I mean, talking 20, 30, 40, 50-pound grass carp down here. We just recently got one over 30 down here, and our last feed we got one over 20. A lot of 8s and 10s. There's a lot of nice common carp too, and buffalo. In the fall, we usually get the fall through the winter. We'll start getting a lot of buffalo. I see what's starting to happen now, folks. There's a rock face out here to the right of me that's just starting to come out. You can see the ripples over there, and that's causing that current to funnel down this canal over here to the right, because there's a canal over here to the right that goes right around that little island out there. And she is just starting to come out, and it's making that current rip like heck. And that just started like not more than 15, 20 minutes into the feed. Yeah, you can tell the water is actually dropping pretty quick down here right now. And this one got a bite on it too. Let me see what's going on with it. And this one got a little peck, peck, peck bite. So let me see what he did to it. And doesn't seem like he bothered the worm. I wish I'd have gotten that first one in. We had about an 18 to 20-pound blue right up to the bank on our first cast down here. I just got him to the shoreline. She thrashed a couple times, and that hook snapped in two. Not the line, the hook snapped. Honestly, I think that blue cat bit down on that hook and snapped the dang bait holder hook. And those big blues have got some pretty good biting power. Let's see. Tina says, "I know it, Doug." Dougie Doug, what's going on? How you doing today, Doug? Tina says, oh. Let's see. Tina says, "I know it, Doug." Let's see. Doug says, "Tina, summer is disappearing." Jeez. I'm sure you saw that on the stream. Just a massive fish just pulverized something in front of me. Yep, there's a swirl right there. It says, "I know it, Doug." Let's see, Mach. Hi, how you doing, Mach? Mach says hi. And this says, "Nice. I have the Missouri River here in South Dakota. I got lucky last week and caught a 6-pound walleye on a fresh current fishing for catfish." Nice. Last good walleye I got down here was on this little jig head crawler. Just drift fishing, catching freshwater drum. I caught like, I think that was about a 6-pound walleye. That's somewhere on my feed last year. Panther says that fresh cut bait. Kevin says, "Walleye, good meal." Yep, definitely. Let's see. Makita, how you doing today, Makita? Makita says, "Hello again, Uncle." I'm from South Africa. Thanks for coming back in, Bakita. Awesome. I hope you enjoy the show today. 15 incredible people in and 132 thumbs up. Ping, 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 ping. Come on, buddy, hit it. Come on, you old stinker, hit it. Hey, you never know what these bites are. I mean, I could have a little peck bite. I've had plenty of times where I'm down here. If you check on my live streams, I'll have just a little itty bitty ting, ding, ding, ding. Set the hook, and it'll be a friggin' 30-pound catfish. Or 20-pound carp or something. You never know until after you've set the hook what it is. And half the time you don't know that either because you wind up missing them. Whatever that is over there to the left, it's shredding that worm. I think we might have a gar over here to the left. And I think these middle ones are freshwater drum and buffalo. The one over to the right, those are big grass carp and channel catfish and blue cat and peck, peck, come on. As soon as I hit the bottom, he hit it. Must have followed it down. Oh, you little who stinker, that man just he gave it one hard pop. I missed it though. It's fun though having that rod pull like that. It is. You ain't gotta always catch fish every single cast. It's fun to feel that rod pull. Another big one. Jeez. Friggin' 20 pounds just hit right in front of me. Let's bite on that one. Got him, folks. Fish on. That's big. Yeah, that one's big, folks. Drags. Come on, buddy. Tighten up. Come on, stay pinned, girl. Stay pinned. That was on worm. What do we got? Grassy. Grass carp, folks. Whoa, girl, whoa. I don't want to bend this hook out. Yeah, that's one of our teenagers. Uh-oh. I'm in trouble. That's one of those 7, 8 pounders. This is the ones that give us the hardest trouble. Man, that one I had down there that earlier could have eaten this fish. Ah, what are you? No. Right on my other rod. Get out from underneath my other rod. There we go. I don't think I need to to shed the shoes on this one, folks. I just need to get this one rod out of the way without losing the thing on this one. And I just got it over it anyways. Dadgummit. There it goes. I got lucky. I got lucky on that one. Come on, girl. We need you. Haven't gotten a big one today. Oh, yeah. That'd probably go 8. 8 easy. Come here, girl. All right, I'm going to take my Colonel Quink lenses out on this one. How's our mic feed doing? It's still working. Yeah, Yeah, just a little peck bite, folks, and I set the hook on her. Yeah, you never know what those little peck bites are going to be. Come here, girl. I don't want to pull that hook too much because, boy, we've been having these guys pop out on us recently, and I don't want to keep your fingers crossed. I don't want to. Come here, girl. Come here. Come here. Yep. Starting to just brash on us. Now, come here, girl. Quit it. Quit it, girl. Yeah, that's it. That's about 8 or 10. Okay. Yeah, that's still about 8 or 10 pounds. Man, these guys. What I tell you about these teenagers? Tastes like Mountain Dew. That river water tastes like Mountain Dew. All right, I think we got her, folks. Well, maybe. Sheesh. We still ain't got her yet, folks. This fish ain't giving up. Well, thank you for washing yourself off. At least that's one less thing I had to do. As much. Yeah, that's about 10. All right. Let me get the hook out. Yep, that hook was about ready to fall out. Hook is out, folks. Hook is out. Now comes the dangerous part, trying to get her shown off for you guys. Because these guys can be a heck of a handful sometimes. Now, we should have had one big one on for you guys already. But unfortunately had that blue cat come off on us. But we got this 10-pound grass carp now, folks. There we go. That's about 10. Awesome fish, folks. So you're still in Abby, 3 drum and a grass carp. Beautiful fish, folks. Yeah, she's got a fat belly on her. She's been eating my corn for 2 hours, or I think an hour and 20 minutes or something. Oh boy, yep, I saw that pin move. Yeah, they have the tendency to dislocate my jaw down here with that whacking thing. Oh, yep, I knew he was gonna do it. I knew he was gonna do it. I knew he was gonna do it, folks. Well, let me get him cleaned off again now here. Yeah. Let me get him cleaned off here for you guys. I kept feeling him tighten up. I knew he was going to do it. At least I didn't get knocked unconscious that time. All right, gotta love it, my friends. Look at the size of that fish. And that's just the average down here. They get like 5 times this big. All right, girl. Let's get you in here close for everyone to see. Incredible fish, folks. Gotta love it. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. Wonderful. All right, girl, let's get you back in the water so you can go and hit another day. One last flip of the water, and it does taste like Mountain Dew. That's weird. All right, girl, there you go. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. I wonder if someone's pouring in like 100 gallons of Mountain Dew or something down up the river or something. Yeah. All right. Oh, that was fun, folks. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was chatting with you guys. Well, let me get the rods back out. I'll get back into chat. Awesome. That was on our Mad Cat series rod, folks. Yeah, this rod, she puts these big old carpies in their place most of the time. Most of the time. Not always. Sometimes it gets the better of them. All right, that's what you guys come in for, to see them big monsters down here. And that's why I'm fishing this river every chance I get right now, because these big old grass carp and blue cat and channel and flathead, they're all down here in the summertime, all active. They know winter's coming. They got to eat. All right, good cast. Good cast, my friends. And we'll get this one back out here, and we'll get the other one back out. They all have bait on them, so I just got to recast them back out. All right, back out. Let me get my lenses. Where the heck I threw them? Where I threw them? Wait the heck over there. What I do that? Oh yeah, that's because I didn't want to get smacked in the face with them big old fishies. They like doing that sometimes. Oh boy, they got all mucked up, folks. Give me a minute here. I gotta clean my lenses off. That carp splashed us about 20 times. Honestly, that river water did taste a little. Huh. Usually tastes salty. Don't taste that. It tastes sweet today. I'm kidding, folks. Not so much. Let's see. Kid says they put trout lines for catfish. Awesome, and thank you for all those reactions, my friends. Helps out the channel. Cuz says fish on. Get with the fish on. Bonnie says bath time. Yeah, I got soaked a number of times. I got water in my ear. Gail says shoes, sun, socks. Not on this one. Yeah, they got to be over 10 pounds for me to do that. Bonnie says, "What's your face?" Now she tells me. Let's see. Bonnie's laughing her butt off. Grass. Let's see. Cuz says, "Nice grass carp and good catch." And Dougie says, "Lowly fish Mike, lovely fish Mike. Thank you, Dougie Doug." Kevin says, "Nice catch, MVP, and patience." Yep, you gotta have patience to get them big guys in. Gotta let them tire themselves out. Cuz says, "Beautiful fish." Bonnie says, "Can't take the teenager." Anyways, always getting dirty. Oh boy, I did not. I'm glad you said that. I didn't. Let's see. Gail says, "Nice fish." Thanks, Gail. Cuz says 141 likes. Oh yeah. Oh man. Yep. And 30 thumbs up. Incredible, my friends. Let's go double tap that screen and subscribe. It's free. Thanks for supporting the channel. Let's see. And Fred. How you doing, Fred? Fred says hi. Chris says, "Ever used a gravel in pop cans for an alarm?" Huh. You mean like they would if the rod shook, it would shake the gravel in the can? Well, they sell bells for 25 cents. So, oh, there's a bite on the close rod. Ping, 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 ping. Come on, buddy. Come on. Hit it. That's a little itty bitty crappie jig head. So, that's right by the bank. But you never know with these guys. You do know that we've landed 120-pound grass carp on this little 6-pound floral in the last 2 weeks. Because I was fishing for like smaller fish right by the bank, and yet wound up getting a big old grass carp on her. And I caught a number of common carp on her already. It pays to bring one smaller rod with you. See, this is small, medium, and large. Let me get back in the chat before I lose my spot. You ever see someone move that quick down, a 59-year-old man move that quick down the river? Let's see, Harper. How you doing today, Harper? Harper says, I don't see anything. It was just on the feed a minute ago. We caught and released that. Yeah, those guys are kind of trophy fish down here on this Mississippi, because you don't get a lot of really big fish in the shallows anymore. It's been a little bit polluted over the years, and she's just starting to get better as the stripers and stuff and white bass start coming back. The population of grass carp have diminished down here. They've cleaned up the waterways quite a bit, and those stripers and white bass have started taking back over, and they eat the baby grass carp. Just say Chris. Just to say Fred. And just to say Cuz. It was just a minute back on the feed. I see 37 people in and see 147 thumbs up. Incredible, my friends. Hey, we're going for a record today. Heck with it. How much of a battery charge have I got? I got bait. You know how many fish we can catch today? Full battery charge. We haven't been in that long. Three fresh. If someone wants to put that down in the chat, three freshwater drum and a 10-pound grass carp. That's a bite on the far rod. Got him, folks. Fish on. Uh-oh. That's another big one. Uh-oh. That's running up current. Yeah, the shoes might be going off on this one because this one feels bigger. Yeah, that's a bigger one there, folks. Yeah, I ain't even... This one's just... I'm barely holding this one in the current with 20 pound. And I can't pull that rod any more than that, or I'll bend that hook. I'll break that line. I don't know what we got yet. This fish is running up current. Whoa, girl, whoa. Boy, it's not fighting like a grassy. I think we might have a common on. Man, that is just all power. I can't get that fish's head up. Dang, grass carp usually come up to the surface fast. Yeah, I felt the top dorsal fin. Got to loosen that drag a little bit. She's pulling too hard for this line. Yeah, that's a big one, folks, whatever she is. Look at that. I got that big Mad Cat Series rod doubled. Come here, big girl. Let me see you. Let me see. What do we got? Yep, common. Common carp, folks. Yeah, easy 10. Man, these guys can fight. Look at that. I can't hold that fish. She keeps running. Out there deeper. Don't think I'm playing with these fish, folks. This is as much pressure as I can put on her. There's a bite on the other rod. Dude, seriously? I don't want to go for two of these guys. I really don't. Not right now, please. Well, I don't think I have to shed my shoes on a carp. Commons I can get in usually okay with grassies because they're not nearly as long. Yeah, that's a nice, beautiful common carp, folks. Oh, popped up. I didn't bend the hook out. She just ripped out of her. Oh, well. Hey, I got it right to the bank, so I'm not at all angry about that. A little angry you guys didn't get to see her that much, but oh well. We got her right up to the bank. I could see that hook was just on the very outer edge of her lip. That's the reason why I was trying to get her in, but oh well. Only thing to do after you miss a fish is just get your rods back out. Oh well. And that would have been a nice fish to show off, but ah, there'll be others, folks. Don't worry. There'll be others. Believe you and me. Hook didn't bend out. She just ripped out of her. It took so much pressure to turn that fish in that current. Oh well. That's our second big one we missed today, folks. So 1 out of 3. That was about 10 pounds. That wasn't a massive fish. I mean, it was only not like 20 or 30 pounds or something. It was a nice common. I got her right up to the surface a number of times. I even got her to the bank once. It's just all that force to turn her in that heavy current. Just it was too much, and hook pulled out. And these are heavy duty bait holder hooks, folks. These are brownies. These are very good hooks. That was too far out. I just watched that hook, folks, in that fish's mouth in slow motion just come right out. It just went straight through that little fleshy part of the meat of the mouth. That's probably what we've been happening today, folks. Is we've been hooking these fish lightly on the outside, on the very inside of the mouth. And carp and stuff, they got like it's all rubber there. And in this heavy current, I can't really fight them out too much because they're just gonna run and not stop. I gotta force them a little bit to get them in. Oh well. Again, I'm not too worried, but as long as I see the fish, I'm not too bothered by it. I'm just bothered that you guys aren't getting to see all the action. And it's just a quick release, folks. Just a quick release. We don't get to count it because it only touched the ground once. If I don't get hands on it, it doesn't count. And I didn't get to touch that one, I'm afraid. So that one don't count. Oh well. Easy come, easy go. Could be worse, don't you know? I don't know how, but it could be worse. I could have got my rod pulled in. Could have gotten the weight back into my face and smacked me in the forehead. Which, don't laugh, folks, has happened on occasion. I got a knot on my head right here from my weight when I was a kid. Come out of a fish and just bam. And don't say that explains a lot, because it does. But I don't worry, I saw that. Pop, pop. What are you going to do, folks? I got it right to the bank. That touched the ground right there once and just popped off. Oh, pick, pick, pick. Ah, man, missed him. Missed him, missed him, missed him. Yeah, we're getting low on worms, folks. We're gonna have to start using corn here soon. That's okay. It just seems like they're messing with the corn more than worm today. That first one was on corn. The rest of these have been on worm today. Sure why they've been doing that today, but they have. Bite on the small rod. Ah, where went my worm bucket? Why is that line doing that this time? I mean, it's going that way now. It's going to the left instead of the right. What the heck? I see him hitting it. Dang it, dudes. We should do that when it's holding the rod. All right, I think that sets our rod setups again. This one's in too shallow. And this one drifted all the way into the bank. And looks like a lot of that bait's gone again. Let me see a bite. That just did not go out far enough. And now it billows out there too far. Oh well. Look at that massive fish over there to the right. I think that was a. I don't know what the heck that was. And that one's gonna drift for a minute, folks. So that one's gonna bounce. I missed you guys in chat. I gotta get back in here. It happens, folks. Sorry about that. 39 incredible people still in. That's 157 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. I missed my spot up in here. Here we are. Chris says, ever use gravel? And let's see. Makita says, nice grass carp indeed. Good catch, Uncle. And Harper says, I don't see anything. Says, hey, Chris. Says, hey, Fred. Says, hey, Cuz. Boy, that's, Paisa. Paisa says, hello from, Indonesia. Awesome, my friend. We're down on the mighty, mighty Mississippi down in St. Louis, Missouri. Says hello, Paisa. Kevin says, a couple of days ago, you were catching fish, all kinds, nonstop. We've been getting runs recently. So we'll get like a 2-hour run. Sometimes it's when I start the feed. Sometimes it's a few minutes in. Just like a minute ago, we had a couple minute run there. Kevin says hi. Says hi, Kevin. Says hi. George said, had to go to the store. Just tuned back in. How's it going? Let's see, we've had 3 freshwater drum, one nice 10-pound grass carp, and we had another common carp about 10 pounds up to the bank. And we had so we've missed 2 fish. We've had one big 18 to 20-pound blue up to the bank and one 10-pound carp up to the bank. The last one, that hook just pulled out on us. See, this is Hey George. This is welcome back in. 3 freshwater drum, yep, and 1 grass carp. You got it, Bonnie. Let me put that on there. See if I can find that here. There you go, Bonnie. Thank you, my friend. Let's see. Aaron, how you doing today? Aaron says you need a net. I've torn through 2 of them in the last year down here. Yeah, these fish just tear nets to pieces down here. I can't afford to buy them. I bent a big saltwater net in half last year once, and I had another one, a little cheaper one. I broke that within a week down here. Yeah, you're getting 20, 30, 40, 50-pound fish. They tear through those things. Says, hey, Aaron. Bonnie says, I got a look at her. Yeah, she was a pretty one. Let's see, and Yassar. How you doing, Yassar? Uh, yep, Yassar. Yassar says hello. Just says, hey, Yassar. Doug says, maybe that green rod is a little bit too powerful for that sort of lip, Mike. Yeah, it is more designed for catfish. Seth says, hey, Doug. Doug says, hi, Seth. Seth says, hi. And it's the Camila. Camila says, hi. How you doing today, Camila? Camila with the heart emoji. Seth says, hey, hi, Camila. The 31 incredible people in it. It's the 158 thumbs up. That's just an awesome, awesome numbers, my friends. We haven't had these numbers in years. In a year. I haven't seen over 118, 110 likes in quite a while. I usually don't. I draw on crowds. I just don't get a lot of likes. I don't get that one. But as long as my friends and family come in, and it's very easy to be a part of our little community, little fishing community. Just come in, chat with us, enjoy the show. That's it. Because it's 159 likes. Let's go. Double tap that screen and subscribe. It's free. Thanks for supporting the channel. You're 100% right, cuz. We've missed 2 big fish today. I mean, that one blue cat was like 18 or 20 easy. I saw the back of that tail and that head thrash once or twice, and that hook snapped. That common was about 10. That's a pretty average size down here. That common carp. So it's a pretty common carp. Kind of bland colors though. I think he's been in deeper water. See, says, hey, cuz. Let's see, Robert. Robert says, what's on the menu today? Let's see. Oh, it's on the menu. We've caught 3 freshwater drum and a big old grass carp. We've had a blue cat, a big blue up to the bank, and this will bite on a big rod, and one common carp up to the bank as well. I see him. I'm getting bites on all 3 rods right now. They're pecking on all 3. tail clicked over on me. Dang it. Fish on. Oh, man. That's why I was missing him. Tell you what, folks, I'm going to have to do it. Now, we got corn. I'm not going to do it today, folks. That's our fourth freshwater drum. That's a tiny little guy compared to our earlier ones. But still, fish is a fish. That was in there right by the bank. That's those little peck bites I've been missing in here close. A fish is a fish. Should probably use this for cut bait. Seems like actually something. Check that out, folks. If you see that line on that fish's back, I'm gonna have to wash him off. He got all mucky and yucky. Why do drum like to get dirty? I never got that. You see that line on that fish's back? Something's tried to eat him whole. See that line right there? Something's tried to eat him. Tell you what, he survived that. Let me get him back in the water. That way he can. He survived getting eaten. Let me get you back in the water, buddy. Hey, buddy. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciated. Yeah, he survived getting eaten. I'm gonna put him back in the water. I ain't got the heart to take him. And that goes back with my other stuff, so I don't lose that. Yeah. On the rocks over there, that way that doesn't get blown away on us. Oh, right on the big rod. Oh, dadgummit. Man. Crap. I wasn't looking, folks. I heard that rod bouncing. And that was our last worm. We're down to corn now. That's okay. Well, our first fish was on corn, so I don't think it's going to matter. Because these guys have suddenly become active again. Remember what I said, folks, about these fish? If you miss a fish, it'll spook them more than you actually landing the fish. Now, that comment, I got him right up to the bank. And I was ready to start trying to get that fish in, and that hook pulled out. So I'm pretty much at the 100% thing that fish was just so exhausted he went down there in the bottom and sat down. Now, when you hook a fish and you miss it, that fish will a lot of times go back out there and still be running around and being irritant and just kind of mess with the other fish. They don't want to. It'll interfere with them though. Like, what the heck's going on? What's wrong with this fish? What's wrong with you, Billy? Why are you making such a ruckus? I don't know. I didn't ask for this lip piercing. I don't know where it come from, but they going. It hurts. Yeah, that was another one. That felt like a gar down there that time. Because that was right up at the surface when I set the hook. No worries, folks. I think we're going to keep getting bites on corn here. Because I think these guys just got active again. And from day to day down here, folks, it can be different from day to day down here. Or minute to minute sometimes. They can change very, very quickly. And we're probably going on our mic beat out. No, it's still on. It's still on, just checking it. Surprising, it should be about run out. How the heck did that happen? Get off of there so you slide. There you go. All right, folks, rods are back. I think that the last one was a gar, folks. I had that one hooked for just a second. He was right up at the surface when I set the hook. Let's see, 30 incredible people in it, seeing 162 thumbs up. Let's see, says with the retractor message. Seth says, hey, Robert. Robert says, nice. And hi, everyone. Dan says, I missed so much, was getting ready male night season at the beach. That sounds, that just sounds fun. Seth says, hey, Dan. Dan says, Seth, brother. Seth says, hi. Dan says, definitely my favorite spot to watch the fishing, Mike and the legend. Awesome, my friend. That is just incredible. Yeah, just hearing that. That's what us YouTubers we come in to do to have you guys enjoying the content we're creating. Let's see, Noah. How you doing today, Noah? Noah says hi. Seth says hi, Noah. Man, we were hitting them today. I mean, we haven't been able to land but one of those big old guys, but we've had two big ones up to the bank, and there's a bite on the close rod. Bing, 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 bing. Come on, you old stinker, hit it. This is the last one with worm on it. The other two have corn on them left now. And looks like that don't have any worm left on it anymore. It's gone. Adios, muchachos. Sayonara. There went that last worm. Yeah, the other day it was all corn. Today it's all worm. 3 hours and 7 minutes in. Yeah, we're gonna put that on the battery extender itself, so we can get a little bit more power into that while we. There is a little bit of a wind, folks. So if it starts bothering you, let me know. I can put a wind block on. Sorry about that, guys. You probably haven't been able to hear me for a few minutes. I'm not sure how long. Let's see. Noah. Noah says hi. Bonnie says no. Let's see. Dan says, guys. Yep. And again, good luck and thanks, Dan. Have a good one, my friend, and say good luck. Maybe we can get out there to eat. You wouldn't be able to fish out there without even in the boat. Man, that sucker was out there deep. Come on, fishy, just one more on for everyone. Now our battery is actually still fully charged because I had time yesterday to charge up both of my battery extenders, so I've got two. We're letting juice get into our battery and to our mic beep. So I'm gonna take that a minute. Eck, how you doing today, Eck? Eck says hi. See what name that is. I gotta go to channel on this one. X or S. I guess you pronounce that X. Excellent. Alan. Interesting. How you doing today, X? Doing well. Good to hear, my friend. You're okay. I know how typos are. Believe me, I've had some pop up in the live feeds that have almost gotten me banned from channels. Let's see. Fish for catfish. Well, we did have worm on the rest of this feed, but we ran out of worm. Now we're using corn. Usually with corn, you're getting carp and stuff, but a lot of times, since we've got a granary right up the river down here, that a lot of times the catfish will hit the corn as well. We had one blue cat about 18 to 20 pounds right up to the shoreline. First cast on this feed, busted a hook right into. Caught 3 nice freshwater, well, I'll just answer that question. As in, yeah, we're fishing for pretty much anything to hit. Anything it wants to hit. So, but catfish is among them. Channel and blue cat are pretty common down here on corn. Now we did get one big grass carp in, and we had one big common carp right up to the shoreline as well, about 10 pounds, right up to the bank. And that one, the force necessary to turn her in this current, by the time I got her up to the edge of the bank, that hook was just, yeah, you know how carp are, their mouths are so soft. And there went that was a big old grass just come to the surface right there, right by the top. Now all we've got left is corn now, so we've got corn on all 3 rods. I can only dig like 2 dozen night crawlers this time of the year. In the springtime and in the early part, the late part of the winter, we're digging 80, 100 worms. This time of the year, it's like we're down to our last, maybe 2 dozen a day. I dig my own, so that cuts down on one of the costs of doing YouTube fishing live streams with live bait. Just one of the costs, not all of them. Monta Brown, how you doing today, Monta Brown? Monta Brown says hi. How you doing today, Monta? We're getting close to my record. My record thumbs up was 180 in a live stream. And we're 170, 172. Monta says, yes, I'm blessed. How are you doing, my brother? Doing okay, my friend. Living down here on the river, it is what it is. But having fun, enjoying chatting with you guys, catching some nice big old fishies down here on the river. It couldn't be better. Had a heck of a lot worse days, believe you me. This is not one of my tops, but it's definitely up there. This is a pretty good day. See, Brown asks, have you caught anything yet? Yeah, we've caught 3 freshwater drum, big old grass carp. We had a big blue cat right up to the bank, broke a hook off, and we had a big common carp right up to the bank also, pulled off. And we got those fish in so close that you got to see be able to count how many scales were on their backs. So 4 so far. 3 freshwater drum and a big grass carp. And let me know if that wind is bothering you folks. Our mic feed is dead. I can't put a wind block over it, but I just think it feels good right now. That's something big rod off the point. Stop that. Oh, you little stinker man. I was popping that corn out there. Yeah, that blue cat we got earlier on this feed was on corn, so. Yeah, you set the hook quickly down here, folks, because a lot of times these fish will let them go. Especially when you're dealing with these bigger fish. I'm using like a half-ounce weight out here. They really don't like that big weight, but unfortunately there's no way to hold out here in this current without at least that much weight. This current's moving 25, 30 miles per hour. I should be using heavier weight. They're barely hitting this stuff. Just take a minute to bring that corn up on there, right? back in the chat. Monty Brown says awesome. And Ricky Bobby, how you doing today, Ricky Bobby? Ricky Bobby says hi. Bonnie says, Mike, are you counting the little drum? Oh yeah, that's right. We did catch. So that was 4. Yeah, we caught 4 freshwater drum. I totally forgot about that small freshwater drum we caught. That was a little itty bitty one. I forgot. So 4 freshwater drum and a grass carp. Yeah, if you want to pin that back up, Bonnie, I'll. So you have 4 freshwater drum and 1 grass carp. See Angus. How you doing, Angus? Angus says hi. How you doing today, Angus? Yeah, we got a severe thunderstorm coming in very soon too. I think within the next hour. Just popped up on my cell phone. Thank you, Bonnie. Appreciate it. I don't know about you guys. I think these guys have slowed down a little bit. And with the thunderstorm coming in, I can see her just on the edge of the horizon over there. I better get back to our base camp and see if I'm going to have to bring down my tent and everything tonight to kind of head for a protected area, more protected area. Yeah, we just had a big thunderstorm pop up on potential right now, so I gotta. Yeah, it was a little cut bait drum. I forgot about it. I sure would like to keep on feed for you guys, but I need to get back to my campsite. Let's see, 18 incredible people still in and 175 thumbs up. We haven't had 175 thumbs up in a long time, my friends. All right, I'm just gonna, yeah, I think we're gonna shut her down, folks. I hope you guys enjoyed the show today. Got to see if they'll get me a sody for. I don't have much money left on it. Oh, I'll figure it out. I'm just gonna. Had fun today, folks. Wish I would have landed those. Would like to have gotten that common carp in. That blue cat, stuff happens like that sometimes. Hook broke on us. Probably a defective one. You get one in every box. It happens. All right, I'm just gonna add my old good luck. Stay safe. Hope to see you on the water, my friends. Keep doing what you love. Keep them lines tight. I'll see you on the next one. Have a great rest of your evening. Thank you. Appreciate it. Bye.